pinhole diameter, I'm going to change just the last item. We'll make it 0.375. So you can see the items we've changed. For the first one, we have it set to 4 inches, 1/4 inch base thickness, shaft ID is 2, shaft thickness is 0.25, shaft length is 3 inches, and the pinhole diameter is 0.25. That is the way it was designed initially. In the second one, we increased it to 6 inches length. Base length is equal to the base width. The thickness is going to remain the same. Shaft ID, we're going to increase that to 4. The thickness stays the same, and the length, we're lengthening the shaft of the mount 4.5, and then 0.25, and then you see the changes on the third. So I'll go over here and hit verify, make sure that this is actually going to create, and we'll hit OK. What you'll notice in the model tree over here is a table is about to show up. There's our table icon with a table next to it. We can expand that out. Let's take a look at what we've just created. All you have to do is double click on it and it's going to generate those files for you. Alright, I'm done with this. Let's save this and we'll get out. Next thing I want to do is make an iPart out of the shaft. So we're going to do the same thing there. You can't do the edit, so we'll go to the open. Here again, let's take a look at our parameters. See what we've already named: shaft OD, shaft thickness, shaft length, pinhole diameter, and pinhole offset. The offset is actually the length from the bottom of the shaft to the center of the hole. So we'll go to Tools, Create iPart, and you can see those items are showing up here already. Now I want to add an additional column. That column is going to be found under Properties. I want to change the material for this part in each configuration. So I'm going to add material. You can see the default material that I've chosen, or that I had already signed in the iProperties, is set to lead. Let's go ahead and create our 3 configurations. And since we were just talking about material, I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 other materials so you can visually see how they change on the screen. These may not be typically the materials you would set, but for visualization, this is going to work out well. Alright, pinhole diameter. Remember on the last one, on the mount, we changed only the last item to 0.375. The shaft thickness, I'm going to increase this to 0.25 on the largest one. Shaft OD, if you recall, the shaft ID on the mount was 2, 4, and 6. So we're leaving a little clearance here, 1.9, we'll go 3.9, and then 5.9. That's going to leave clearance on each of the 3 configurations. Shaft length, we'll increase this to 8 inches, and on the last one, we'll increase to 12 inches. So all this looks good. We'll verify. I have no errors, no yellow boxes, so I'll hit OK. Let's check out our table, our set of iParts now. So I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the changes. Here's the second one. Obviously a material change because now you can see reflection. It's using a silver material. We'll go to gold, or the largest one, the 03, and there's our new shaft. Drop back down to 1. Save this and close it. So real quickly, instead of creating 6 different parts, in just a matter of minutes we've created 6 different configurations, 3 configurations in 2 parts. We have one more to handle, which is this bolt or pin, so let's open it up. Again, glance at the parameters. I've already renamed these: bolt ID, bolt length, head diameter, and head thickness. So I'll go down to create an iPart. I'm not going to worry with modifying the material here. the material is going to stay the same regardless of the configuration. So I'm going to use what's in there now and create my 3 rows. Now remember, on the last item we increased the length, or the bolt pinhole ID to 3.375. So we're going to increase this to 0.3625. Leave some clearance. Bolt length, obviously this is going to need to change so that it fits. We'll make this 7.5 and then 5. We may have to make some changes there. We'll come back and check it. 0.55 for the bolt head, because we went with a larger bolt ID. We want the bolt head to be bigger than that. Bolt head thickness, we'll change that one also to 0.35. Verify our changes, select OK. Again, a new table has shown up underneath the part. Let's see what it looks like. There's our second configuration and our third configuration. Alright, we'll go back to the first one, save it, and close. Now, if we take a look at the model tree, in this existing assembly, you'll see that the icons have now changed. They're no longer just a single part file, but it's a part file with a grid in front of it, or a table. This is letting us know that we have made an iPart, but we are going to have to make some changes in order to make this iPart react the way it should. Now, there are 2 methods to creating an iAssembly. One is to plan ahead. Create your iParts first. Create your parts, convert them into iParts, create your configurations, then create your new assembly and put all your pieces together. After you've done that, then you can create your iAssembly. There's then the second way, which is going to be a lot more work for you, a lot of cleanup. You're going to have to constrain your parts together, because you're going to have to replace each of your iParts with itself. This is going to make sense as you see it. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you the proper way to create your assembly, or your iAssembly. As you just saw, we created 3 iParts: the mount, the pin or the bolt, and the shaft. Well, let's create a new assembly. I'm going to place that mount in first. What you're going to see is a different look to this. We're going to have a table that shows up now. We've got an option here to choose different configurations, either by using keys, a tree, or a table. I find it easier just to use the table because you can see all of your options here. Well, my first configuration is the one I want. It's the one with the 4-inch base length. So I want to go ahead and place that. Then it's going to prompt me to place an additional one. I can hit escape or just hit the dismiss key when this comes up, or dismiss button right here. So I'll dismiss that. Let's go ahead and place our second part, which is going to be the shaft. So we'll select open. Again, it's an iPart, so we're getting this dialog here. This is one way to know that when you're in an assembly and you place a part in and you get this dialog box, you know that you're dealing with an iPart. So I want the first configuration with that also, the 1.9-inch shaft OD. So we'll place it in just anywhere and then dismiss. Now I could go ahead and constrain here, might as well. Go ahead and pick the locations, the center lines, and we'll pick the center lines of the 2 holes and line those up. Everything looks good.